So today we're going to break down the World Economic Forum's brand new Global Risks Report for 2026. It's a fascinating and frankly a pretty sobering look at the challenges waiting for us just over the horizon.
Now, to be clear, what we're looking at here is the 21st edition of that report, but our focus is going to be razor sharp. We want to know, what do these massive global tremors really mean for the Singapore business sector? We're taking the world stage and connecting it directly to the local boardroom.
So the report really doesn't waste any time setting the scene. It immediately paints this picture of a global system that's under an immense amount of strain, kind of teetering in a way it really hasn't in decades.
And this one quote, it just perfectly captures the report's core message. This isn't some gentle heads up, it's a stark warning that the stability we've all been building our plans on, well, it's facing some serious, multifaceted threats.
And this feeling, it's backed up by some pretty stark data. They surveyed over 1,300 global experts, and what they found was a deeply pessimistic short-term view. A full half of them expect the next 2 years to be either turbulent or storming. But what's really striking is when they look further out. 10 years from now, that pessimism actually gets worse, jumping up to 57%. So the key thing here is we're not just talking about some short-term anxiety. This is a forecast for sustained long-term instability.
All right, so what are the actual dangers driving this sense of unease around the world? Let's unpack the biggest threats that have been identified on the world stage.
For the immediate future, there are 3 risks that just tower above everything else. Right at the top of the list is geo-economic confrontation. That's basically nations using their economic tools as weapons. That's followed pretty closely by the more traditional threat of state-based armed conflict, and then, of course, the ever-growing crisis of extreme weather. It's a really potent mix of man-made conflict and natural disaster.
And let's be clear, the report is hammering this point home. Geoeconomic friction isn't just some buzzword anymore. It is literally vaulted up the rankings to become the #1 perceived threat in the short term, and that signals a massive shift in how global powers are choosing to compete and cooperate.
Okay, so that's the big global picture. But let's bring it right back home and pivot to a very specific local view. How do these powerful global currents actually feel on the ground for business leaders in Singapore?
I mean, that's really the million-dollar question, isn't it? A global report is one thing, but what is really keeping executives in a hyper-connected, trade-reliant nation like Singapore up at night? Well, the answer is pretty telling.
And here it is. While the world's experts are most worried about confrontation and conflict, for Singapore's business leaders, the most pressing threat is something way more fundamental: a prolonged economic downturn. This is the main risk they think could hurt the country the most over the next couple of years.
But of course, that top risk is just the tip of the iceberg. The full list reveals this fascinating and very tightly woven web of threats. So right after the economic downturn, you see that big global issue of geoeconomic confrontation. That's followed by the technological disruption from AI, the logistical nightmare of a supply chain failure, and the ever-present digital threat of cyber insecurity.
Okay, so we've got the list, but to really get it, we need to dig into why these specific things are so critical for an economy like Singapore's. First things first, when we talk about an economic downturn, what does that actually mean? We're not just talking about a single bad quarter. The report defines it as a prolonged, grinding period of slow, near zero, or even negative global growth.
And that right there is exactly why it's #1 on the list. Singapore's entire economic model is built on global trade and being connected to the world. So when the global economy catches a cold, Singapore's hyper-open economy is one of the first to feel that chill. It's a direct and immediate vulnerability.
All right, next on the list is that #2 risk, geoeconomic confrontation. Basically, you can think of this as conflict that's not fought with armies, but with things like tariffs, sanctions, and investment controls, where countries strategically use trade, tech, and finance to box in their rivals.
And this is where you can really see how these risks are all connected. The #2 risk, geoeconomic confrontation, is a direct cause of the #4 risk, which is disruptions to the supply chain. For a global logistics hub and port city like Singapore, any friction in the arteries of global trade is a direct threat to its economic lifeblood.
And then you've got the third risk, the negative side of AI. And AI is this classic double-edged sword. On one side, it offers these absolutely staggering opportunities for productivity and innovation. But on the other, it introduces these profound, society-altering risks. We're talking everything from job losses and the spread of misinformation to entirely new security threats we're only just beginning to wrap our heads around.
So the big takeaway here is that AI isn't some niche, futuristic, out there idea anymore. The report identifies it as a systemic force, something that is now a fundamental, integrated part of our economies and our societies. For a tech-forward nation like Singapore, navigating this transition isn't just an option, it's a top-tier national challenge.
So when you step back and look at all these pieces on the board, what's the big picture for Singapore's business community as it tries to sail into these stormy waters?
Look, what becomes crystal clear is that you can't look at these as 5 separate problems. They're not. They're all part of one big, deeply interconnected challenge. The economic slowdowns get amplified by the geopolitical fights. The risks from new tech like AI are supercharged by global competition. And those weaknesses in the supply chain, they're a direct symptom of geoeconomic strategy. They all feed into each other.
And this final quote from the report, it just nails it. It perfectly captures this moment we're all in. The old rules are bending, and in some cases, they're breaking. A new, more competitive global order is taking shape, and the playbook for how to succeed in it has to be completely rewritten.
And that leaves us with this one, final, really critical question. In a world where the risks are this complex and this interconnected, simply reacting to them is a losing game. The real question for businesses in Singapore, and frankly everywhere, is how do you move from a defensive crouch of just managing risk to a proactive stance of building true, active resilience? That, right there, is the core challenge for 2026 and beyond.